Hey everyone, Andrekats here, and today I wanted to talk about my top 5 favorite mounts from Shadowlands. While this expansion is not over yet, with Season 4 arriving on August 2nd, I decided to make a list of 5 mounts I find cool so far in the expansion. I will also go through each step you have to do in order to get them as well. Before we jump right into it though, please take a moment to subscribe if you wanna see more of my content and hit that notification bell. Alright, first mount on the list is Scene Runner Blanchy, and this is not an ordinary horse. I mean, let's state the most obvious thing, this is a dead horse, and it's basically a soul in the Shadowlands. In my opinion, it's quite unique. I really like the deep red color, the ghostly skin, and on top of that it flies. I just want a quick mention to must-have add-ons so you can easily follow my steps, which are TomTom and Paste. With Paste add-on you can copy and paste all of the waypoints in game very fast, and I'm gonna try and list every coordinate for each mount in the description box for you to easily transfer them in game. TomTom, on the other hand, will mark them in your map and minimap, which makes it a ton easier to navigate. So to get this mount you have to find dead Blanchy in Revendreth and bring her specific items for 6 days. It doesn't have to be consecutive, so don't worry if you miss a day. It has a daily cooldown, so she can accept only one particular item each day. But if you want, you can gather all of the items beforehand and give her each item when the time is right. If you also use the Handy Notes add-on, it shows you your progress and what day you are. Blanchy spawns in a river close to Famurere and she stays up for 5 minutes only. Then she disappears and respawns again after 1 to 2 hours. While you're camping her spot, don't forget to search in premake groups for Blanchy. Maybe someone spotted her before you, and you can join their group to jump to their server and give her the item. For the first day you have to give her 8 handfuls of oats, and you can find them scattered around the farms in Westfall. For the second day you have to talk to Snickersnee and get a grooming brush. While you are there, don't forget to grab the empty water bucket on his left, because you are going to need it later. Third set of item you're going to need is 30 Horseshoe, and you are going to need 4 of them, which you can find them in the side of the roads in Revendreth. For the next day, you need to fill the bucket you got earlier from the waters of Ardenweald or Bastion. A quick tip here, if you happen to be engineer, you can use the Shadowlands wormhole generator, and if you choose to go to Ardenweald, you will teleport next to a river. Just use the empty bucket in the water there and return it to Blanchy. For day 5, you must purchase a saddle blanket from broker Tatru in the night market. What they might need in exchange for it is a bit random. It might be meat, it might be stone, or even herbs. And last but not least, for day 6 you simply have to buy 3 apples from Mims, who is located northeast of Chardrabarst's fly point. As I mentioned before, you can gather everything in advance from day 1 and simply park in her spot for the next 6 days. Each day you can give her an item and track your progress via Handy Notes add-on. In the final 6th day, after you give her the apples, you will receive the mount. Second mount is the Wildseed Cradle, and if you play through the Ardenweald campaign, then you probably have come across this before. It's what they use to transport the wild seeds to the queen. Very fancy and royal looking. It does fly, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't remember any mount similar to this. Yeah, I think probably it's the most unique of all of the mounts I have in this list. And this mount is obtainable from the Cache of the Moon, which is hidden behind Twinkle Star and Tirna Val in Ardenweald. To be able to see this, you will have to find Twinkle Star's 5 missing tools, combine them into the toolkit, and then simply return it to her. All of the tools you must gather are lying around the Garden of Night. You also don't have to talk to Twinkle Star before start collecting any of her tools. You should already be able to see them regardless. So, first tool is the Gardener's Basket, which is located just by the fountain's edge on the ground. Second one is the Gardener's Hammer, which can be found inside this cart. Next one is the Diary of the Night, which is located on the elevated platform on the tree and it's sitting on a small table. Then the Gardener's Flute is on the ground next to a group of spring runs. Just simply kill all of them and loot it. And final tool is the Gardener's Wand, which is located under the cart. You need to come from the side of the cart to be able to see it. Once you have gathered them all, just use any of the 5 tools in your bags to create the gardening toolkit. Return to Twinkle Star, and if you talk to her, you will find a new dialogue option which will grant you the Moonside buff. This buff lasts for 10 minutes and it allows you to see that the glow behind her was the cache of the moon all along. Open it to receive the mount. Obviously, because I already have it in my account with a different tune, it gave me only anima, but you should get it. The next one on the list is the Fallen Charger Reins, another horse, yeah, because why not, I like it. And this one drops from the rare mob with the same name that spawns in the mall and begins running very fast through the zone until it reaches Korthia, where it disappears. The drop chance is around 15%, which you might think is a lot from a rare mob that you can kill daily, but the thing is that it takes forever to spawn, which makes it a lot harder. The average spawn time is around 4 to 6 hours. Some said they saw it respawn in 1.5 hours, but it can also take all the way up to 14 hours. But yeah, the most common I found is 4 to 6 hours. Full Charger will spawn in different locations in the mall, depending on which Covenant assault is currently active, and it usually follows one of 2 routes. You can download the add-on handy notes to see the routes in your map. It will also make a zone-wide announcement when it spawns, so pay attention to the chat. Even if you AFK a bit and you didn't see this message up on the chat, then it means that you haven't missed it, and that you are good to go. And bear in mind that this rare mob runs very fast, so if it's ahead of you, you might not be able to catch up to it, and it will only stop when engaged in combat. You can use the Korthia whistle to run fast enough and get to it in time, or use the toy that sends you high up in the air, the Borketh's fiery brimstone, combined with the Goblin Glider. Also, don't pull him alone because it takes a while to be killed and it might even kill you. So bring a tank, or even better, make a raid group to get help and help others as well. Overall, I found that camping near Venari's refugee was the easiest because whatever route it takes, it's close enough from there. So if you don't manage to get to it on time and it reaches Korthia, it will despawn, which makes another zone-wide announcement, this particular one. So if you don't see this message on the chat, it means you still have time and don't stop searching for it. Also, when it's killed, again you will see the same exact text. The only downside I found with this mount is the fact that it doesn't fly. But as a horse player myself who doesn't get to enjoy a lot of horses mounts in this game, I find it pretty cool to ride around, especially for a paladin. I think it goes very well with paladin. So yeah, moving on to mount number 4 is the Reins of the Wanderer, aka Maelie. She has the basic model of the unicorn mounts in WoW, but I really like the combination of color palette they chose for this particular one. The glowing hooves and horn also add a bit of texture to it, which is pretty nice. To get this mount, you need to find Maelie 6 times in Korthia and return her to Tinybell, her trainer. And when I say return, I mean just simply find her wherever she is in the zone and just interact with her. She will find the way home herself. You can do it once per day, which means that you can basically have to find her 6 days, but it doesn't have to be 6 days in a row. And I doubt that you can actually, because, well, you see, she's not up every single day, only some days. There's a quick way though to find out if she's up at any given moment. Just stand in front of Tinybell and wait to see if this text shows up in chat. If you see that, then you can begin looking for her. But if it's not showing up in chat for you, then she's not supposed to be up, and you can come back again the following day after the daily reset. Maelie can spawn in multiple locations in Korthia, and I will have all of the coordinates down for you, so it's easier to transfer them in-game with the add-on paste I have mentioned before. When you spot her, make sure to actually click on her and reassure her. You will also see an emote text that she will return home safely when you have successfully interacted with her. She will not move for 24 hours on the server you are on, so if you find her, you can list a group so that other people can join as well. On the 6th day of petting Maelie, go back to Tinyville to get the mount. She will have a quest for you, and don't forget that since Shadowlands are released, all of the unicorn mounts are able to fly as well. And last but not least, mount number 5 is the one I'm currently using, the cartelmaster'sgearslider. I really like the animation when you summon it and all of the broker theme. Another thing that I really like about this mount is the fact that it's small and compact, and it fits into tight spaces, which makes it very convenient. You know, some mounts, like dragons or whatever, they are huge and sometimes you cannot even go through a simple door, which is really annoying. Anyway, it drops from Solia boss in Tazavesh in heroic or mythic difficulty, and also it can be found inside the final chest in Solis Gambit Mythic Plus keys. As a matter of fact, this is how I got mine from completing a 16 key. To be completely honest, I prefer the gold one, the one you get from Tazavesh hard mode, but I didn't get to it yet. Still though, this looks just as fine. And that concludes my top 5 favorite list of mounts from Shadowlands. Thank you so much for watching, and let me know which your favorite ones are. If you enjoyed this new type of video, don't forget to drop a like. So let me know if you wanna see more videos like this. I'm a bit of a mount junkie myself, so I have a ton of favorites to talk about. Also, make sure to subscribe if you wanna see more of my content, and hit that bell so you can get notified when I upload. Good luck with whatever you are doing, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!